1919, the FBI formed what was originally called the Radical Division and has its name changed to the General Intelligence Division. And it is an intelligence division looking at radicals headed by Hoover. It's disbanded in disgrace, and the FBI gets an order that they can only investigate criminal activity. But then Hoover is promoted to head of the FBI. During the 30s, in the run-up to World War II, Franklin Roosevelt does a number of things. There's a growing concern we're going to be at war, sort of building a national security state. And as part of this, Hoover jockeys to get sort of control over enforcement of national security policy at home. And there's very unclear precisely what Roosevelt intended to do, but it was probably bad either way. Hoover claims at this point he has the power to investigate individuals for subversive activities. And at this point, they start and continue until this 73, based on this Roosevelt presidential directive, which is very vague, carrying out these sorts of national security investigations of people who are not suspected of crimes. And you mentioned the counterintelligence program. Counterintelligence program is actually 12 separate programs, but in 1956, they decide they want to disrupt the Communist Party and neutralize them. Later, they would say this was because they could no longer prosecute them thanks to adverse Supreme Court rulings. So they start this program of disrupting their political activities. This quickly expands to a counterintelligence program against the Socialist Workers' Party, which is very heavily focused on sabotaging their electoral candidates, because Hoover can tell you who to vote for, to the Puerto Rican nationalist movement. And then under the Communist Party counterintelligence program, they are targeting the NAACP, they are targeting Martin Luther King, but in the 60s, they create a new program on Black extremists, which is mostly used against the Black Panther Party, yes.
Yeah.
And they also create a new left counterintelligence program, which is used against the anti-war movement. And again, all of these people are already being surveilled as part of the sort of surveillance programs, but under the counterintelligence program, they're then targeted for neutralization or disruption. So there was a group trying to organize an anti-war protest, and the FBI sent them a letter pretending to be a Black activist, calling them ding-dongs and homophobic slurs, because that would be so, so scary, being called a ding-dong. Or there's another
ding-dong a homophobic slur?
No, I said ding-dongs and homophobic slurs.
Okay.
Yes, they used other, yes. But there's like this funny note being like, because we're pretending to be the new left, a certain amount of profanity is necessitated.
Yeah.
Anti-war mobilization, you're a bunch of ding-dongs. And it's like, oh, wow, really organic speech here.
I wouldn't like that either.
No, I would cancel the demonstration. I'd be like, nope, I'm not protesting in war.
I didn't sign up for this. Yeah.
Someone called. But some of them were actually quite sinister, right? There's an incident where they try to forward death threats from a right-wing group to someone. And then in 1971, anti-war activists break into an FBI office and expose this program. And as a result, it's shut down. Or the programs, plural, are shut down. Because the FBI treat them each as distinctive programs. So the Communist Party counterintelligence was one, the Socialist Workers' Party was one, the Cuba one was one.